Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Yosmos. Space exploration is my passion, a place that answers all your space questions. I'm your Yosmonaut, Yashmittal. Why don't you buckle up as we launch this episode? 20th November 2019 marks the 21st anniversary of the first space shuttle flight to assemble the International Space Station. Let's celebrate 21 years of the International Space Station with 15 things you may not know about the world's shared space station. So let's begin. First, 16 nations were involved in the construction of the ISS. The United States, Russia, Canada, Japan, Belgium, Brazil, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands, Norway, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom. Second, 65 miles per hour may be a pretty standard speed limit on highways here on the Earth. But up in the orbit, the ISS travels a whopping 5 miles per second. That means the station circles the entire planet once every 90 minutes. You may think your house or apartment is spacious, but it got nothing on the ISS. At about 357.6 feet long, and the International Space Station gives astronauts plenty of space to stretch out. Fourth, made up of hundreds of major and minor components, the ISS is the largest manned object ever put in space. The ISS has a pressurized volume of 32,333 cubic feet, the same pressure as Boeing 747. It's 4 times larger than the Russian space station Mir and 5 times larger than the US station Skylab. The ISS is the single most expensive object ever built. The cost of the ISS has been estimated at over $120 billion. 6. There are only 2 bathrooms on the entire station. The urine of both crew members and laboratory animals is filtered back into the station's drinking water supply. So at least the astronauts will never get thirsty. Just because you're in space doesn't mean you can't get a virus on your computer. The 52 computers on board the ISS has been infected by viruses more than once. The first was a worm known as W32 Gamma AG, which started spreading by stealing passwords to online video games on Earth. It wasn't a big deal, though NASA responded by calling the virus a nuisance. The ISS is a veritable hub of space traffic. In June of 2014, 4 separate international spacecraft were docked there, including the Progress M21M cargo spacecraft, which departed the station on June 9th after the 6-month mission to drop off food, fuel, and supplies. In September, a resupply mission from SpaceX visited the station, and an entire new crew arrived that month as well. The station's full flight schedule has docking events planned through the summer of 2016. 9th up, the ISS is probably one of the only places you can actually smell space. A former ISS astronaut has described how a metallic ionization type smell occurs in the area where the pressure between the station and other docking crafts is equalized. Next we have, currently the ISS is the 3rd brightest object in the night sky after the moon and the Venus. Eagle-eyed stargazers can even spot it if they look close enough. It looks like a fast-moving airplane. If you can't find it, NASA has a service called Spot the Station that texts you when and where it will pass over your location. If you want the opposite view, though we're pretty sure you won't be able to spot yourself. There is a live video that pointing towards Earth that runs when the crew is off duty. Though the plan is to deorbit the ISS in 2024, the oldest module of the station, the Russian-built and American-financed component called Zyara, first launched in 1998, can function until 2028, as will the first entirely American ISS component, which was also launched that year. Once the ISS kicks the bucket, the Russians plan to add their leftover modules to their new station, OPSEC, or Orbital Piloted Assembly and Experiment Complex. Because the human body tends to lose muscle and bone mass in zero gravity environments, all astronauts on board the ISS must work out at least 2 hours a day to maintain normal Earth-based bodily health. 13. We have the electrical system on the ISS include 8 miles of wire. That's longer than the entire perimeter of New York City's Central Park. Astronauts eat 3 square meals a day on the ISS, but when they sit down for a meal, they don't sit down at all. There are no chairs around the main eating area. Instead, the astronauts simply stabilize themselves and float. Diners have to be very slow and careful when bringing food to their mouth so it doesn't accidentally float across the station. Also, they can't just stroll over the refrigerator and grab a snack. All the food is canned, dehydrated or packaged, so it doesn't require refrigeration. 15th we have is oxygen in the ISS comes from a process called electrolysis, which involves using an electrical current generated from the station's solar panels to split water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen gas. That was it for this video. Thank you for watching. Share and subscribe, and don't forget your likes will encourage me.